Welcome to a beautiful but foggy morning here in the east of Holland. My name is Reni. I'm a pagan from these parts of the Netherlands, and we're here to talk about folklore, mythology, and fairy tales and the effect that they can have on your children. Because I've recently come to the conclusion that fairy tales, folklore, and mythology is the greatest gift that we can give to the next generation. And I'll explain in this video why. But firstly, we need to understand that everybody loves mythology. Everybody loves folklore. Well, you of course do, because you clicked on this video. You're cool. But even the people who say they don't like it, they actually do like it. I was talking to a guy at a birthday party, and he didn't like mythology or folklore at all. He was really into going to the gym and fighting and boxing and ultimate fighting championships. He really follows that. And he thinks he follows that because of the blood, because of the tension, because of the kicks, because of the punches, because of the battles. And maybe he does. But you know what makes the UFC and a boxing match even better? A really good story. A really good redemption story. A story of an underdog. A story of rags to riches. A story of a hero who lost his way but who finds it again. I think boxing matches and ultimate fighting championships is the place where men try to forge their own mythology to aid them in battle. If you look at it that way, boxing and paganism is very closely related. At least to me, because for me, I see paganism and the old gods and the old ways and everything. So, even in boxing. But my point is, we all love mythology. We all love a good story. Why? Why do we all love a good story? Well, it's entertaining, that's one. But myths remind us of something. There are certain truths that are expressed in the myth that remind us of the things that we have forgotten. To give you an example, there are stories of people who are inside strong and leaders, but they're afraid. They're afraid to follow their vision, which actually is very common when it comes to leaders in the first part of their life. The story always goes that in the end, they are forced to show themselves to the world, where glory awaits them for having the balls to follow their vision and to also have the strength to decouple of the gravity of the opinions of other people and to move forward with what they want in life. That's a good story. Why? Because it's true. And we all know it's true. And to be reminded of the things that are true means that we spend less time dwelling in ignorance and darkness. And that's what we all desire in one way or another. So we've established that everybody on this planet loves folklore and mythology, and that it's very authentic, and that's why we like it. Now, this channel was mostly about mythology and the old gods and the old ways, and kind of interpreting the old tales and the old myths, because symbolically there's a lot of wisdom in there. And I believe our ancestors crafted these tales to give us that wisdom. And in giving our children these tales, we give our children those wisdoms. But it's better than that. Because if you have children, you know, say that you have the secrets of the universe. The secrets how to live a good and balanced life. The secret to create. The secret to destroy. The secret to live and walk with these 2 feet on this beautiful earth. And you want to give that to your children. Say you just give it to the children. Say you just give it to an 8-year-old. What's an 8-year-old going to do with those secrets? He's not going to understand them. He's going to misinterpret them. He's going to fall on his face with them. He doesn't know what to do with them. Say you have a child and it's 15 years old and you give him the secrets of the universe. What does he do? He probably doesn't know what to do with it. You give him this magic key, but he doesn't even know where the lock is. So he probably just park it somewhere. And by the time he's 35 and he needs it, he probably can't find it anymore because he lost it. Because, he's 15. So how can you give your children the wisdom of the universe without the fact that they are very young fucking it up? Here's how you do it. You package it in a very old tale. You package it in a very entertaining tale. You make tales of mighty warriors with mighty hammers who fight like thunder and fight giant serpents in the sky. Because that will get their attention. And in those tales, you symbolically put the rules to the universe. If you package it in entertaining tales, that will mean that he won't lose it, like I did in that first example. Because he will always keep it near because it's entertaining. And he also can't misinterpret it. Why? Because you're not telling him how to interpret it. You're just giving him an entertaining package. And when he's older, and when he really starts to sit with these myths and sit with these archetypes, he will understand the secrets of the universe. Give you an example. Well, there are plenty of examples in this channel. I'll link some in the description below. But you could see Thor, the mighty god of thunder, the epitome of a perfect warrior, as our own true will. Meaning, it is very strong. And with our own true will, we can fight and we can defend what we have. But Thor's arch rival is the world serpent, Jormungandr. So he fights with this many times, and at the end of the Norse myth, in Ragnarok, he finally defeats Jormungandr. But the venom of Jormungandr is on him, so he just puts 7 steps and then he falls. Because Jormungandr can be seen as a symbol for your own subconscious fears. Meaning that you can do battle with your fears, and you probably will do battle with your fears, just like Thor does battle with Jormungandr. But you will never kill your fears, because if you kill your fears, they're so closely linked to you and your identity. If you truly kill your subconscious, you will kill yourself. That's all in those entertaining tales of Thor fighting with a giant serpent. So we're often told that our ancestors weren't that smart. They were only smart when the Christians came along. But you should just look at how intelligent mythological tales are being crafted. Our ancestors were pretty dang smart. And I think by telling these tales, we not only give the next generation the tools they need to live in a good way, but I think you don't only honor those who came after you, but you also honor those who came before you. So, if you want your children to be smart, read them fairy tales. And if you want them to be really smart, read them more fairy tales. I'll close off with a quote on my phone. I shared a quote on the Dutch Pagans Instagram. And normally I put memes on there and fun stuff. And it was a really serious quote, which touched me, and I shared it. And I believe it's like over 8,000 likes and over 17,000 people saw it now. So it's like, this touched the nerve. And I think this quote, like mythology itself, reminds us of a truth. A child raised on folklore and mythology will quickly learn the rules of crossroads and lakes, of mirrors and mushroom rings. They'll never eat or drink a strange harvest. They'll never insult a strange old woman. They'll never throw their name away, as though there's no power in their name. They'll never underestimate the youngest son. They'll never touch anybody's kitchen hairpin or rosebud without asking. Their steps to the woods will be light and unpresumptuous. The little ones who seek out fairy tales are taught to be shrewd and courteous citizens of the seen world, just in case the unseen world ever bleeds into this one. That's all I got. With me, Rainy from Holland, with the weave in the background. See you next week. Ga met de goden.